What's going on, Freedom Fam? We're back again with another video. Today we're going to be talking about
credit score. What it is, what affects it, and how you could get it higher than it is now.
Now, he might be humble about this, but my friend right here, Joe, credit guru. This man is like, he's the god at this, man. He's got it. He's got it. I'm gonna step back. I'll just put my input in at times. This is the man you need to listen to for the most part. So like, if I say anything, don't even listen to me really. Listen to him. All right, the credit guru, Josiah Yankson.
Yes, sir.
So how? First of all, what is a credit score?
What is credit? Well, simply put, credit score, that's your trustworthy number. That's just what credit lenders look at to see, is this person trustworthy or are they not trustworthy? The higher your number is, the more trustworthy you are to handle large sums of money or to handle large assets that you don't have to pay back immediately. And the lower that number is, the less trustworthy you are to handle any of that.
Now, someone wants to build their credit score. Matter of fact, I want to take this because what we do, we try to target our younger people. We want to make sure that they're building themselves up financially from a young age. So 18, right?
18, yeah.
I'm 18 years old. What can I do to build my credit?
18 years old. As a matter of fact, when I was 18, that's the first year that I applied for my first credit card. When I was 18 years old. So before I answer that question, there's 5 things that's gonna affect your credit score. If you're 18 years old, you might not have payment history. That would be the first one. Payment history is basically looking back at your credit history. Have you been paying your payments on time? That's what payment history is, and that accounts for 35% of your score. So when it comes to payment history, that includes credit cards, that includes student loans, that includes mortgage payments, that includes car payments. If you're 18 years old, you might not have a mortgage payment, you might not have a car payment. Some people might not, but you might have student loans and you might have a credit card. So paying those bills on time every month, that's one way to increase your credit score. That accounts for 35% of your credit score right there by itself.
That alone, 35%.
Just that, 35%. So the first one would be your payment history, 35% of your entire score. The second would be your credit utilization score. That accounts for 30% of your entire credit score. And that's basically known as your amount of debt. Your amount of debt is your credit utilization score. And you want to keep that at around 30%. So what would that mean for someone who's 18 years old with a credit card?
All right, so here's what I did. I made sure that I kept my credit utilization under 10. Now you tell me, you're the guru, so
even better.
Is like, what is the normal thing that it's supposed to be at?
The lower the better, honestly. But a lot of people, they do get credit cards for a reason, so they're gonna be spending. For me, I didn't use it when I had it. I just had it just to build my credit score. But most people they buy into the credit card thing because they need a credit card. So if you're gonna use it in that way, you want to keep it below 30%. Lower, like 10%, like Brandon was saying, even better. That'll boost your credit score.
Now that's what I'm doing. Now, did I say that's what I was doing now?
Yeah.
Thanks, God. All right, just making sure. Don't want to lie to y'all. When I first got a credit card, that is not what I was doing at all. I was like 90, 95%. I was maxing it out. So a lot of teens are known to do this. When you first get that credit card, you're like, man, this is free money.
Free money.
So like, what do you say to them? Like, if they're doing that, what's the best method that they could follow to just stay in that a nice sweet spot for the credit you?
Okay, so what I did when I got my first credit card, let's say my limit was $1,000. So that means I'm not supposed to spend any more than $300 on that card. So what I did when I had the card, I looked at it as my limit is $300. Instead of looking at it as my limit is $1,000, I looked at it as my limit is $300. I can spend between $0 and $299, but no more than that. And so that's the one way I kept my my credit utilization at around 30%. And then also one thing that I also learned, this is through trial and error. don't spend more than you can pay back in that month. If you can't pay that entire balance off in the month, don't even spend that much. So if you're not making $300 a month, don't try to spend $300 on your credit card for that month, because you're gonna have leftover payments. You're gonna have interest on that money that you have to pay back. So I know for those of you who watch Divorce Court, Judge Lynn Toler calls that the stupid tax. You're paying money that you don't have to pay. That interest, you don't have to pay that interest if you don't go over your limit, if you don't have leftover money after the month.
So pay in full every single month.
Absolutely. Well, that would be the ideal situation. Absolutely.
Okay. Pay in full every single month. All right. So what's some other things we could do? Is there anything else? What are some things that, like some people usually don't talk about? Like one thing that I've heard is child support. Now, hopefully, I'm not even gonna say anything. Some people in that position. All right. So what child support? Does child support affect?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So there's some things that we don't really think about, because that's definitely not gonna be on your insert whatever personal finance site or whatever here.
Unpaid child support will negatively affect your credit score, and that's hard to get off. Medical bills, that can affect your credit score, and that is also hard to get off. Parking tickets, these are things people don't really tell you. They tell you about the credit cards, but they don't tell you about the medical bills. They don't tell you about the child support. They don't tell you about, sometimes there could be errors too on your credit score. There could be errors that you just call in and you get that handled, but that can negatively affect your score as well.
So how about like utility bills? How about like,
of course, utility bills
too.
Unpaid taxes. You gotta pay your taxes every year. Even rent, cell phones, like all these things can negatively affect your credit score, and people don't talk about these things.
So we're out of the range of talking about an 18-year-old. How about somebody who is 30, 40 years old and they wanna get their credit score right?
Okay.
They in the dumps. They messed it up. They want to get it right. What do they? What's some things that they could do?
Well, there's good news for someone like that, because one of the factors of having a good credit score is age of credit history. So if your credit score is in the dumps because of years of neglect and all of that, you still have 15% of your score is going to be relating to your credit history, your age of credit, your average age of credit. So you have that on your side. Now you have to worry about your payments, getting your payments back on track, because that was what, 35%? That's 35% of your score. Then if you get your utilization in the right place, that's 30% of your score. So keeping the amount of money that you owe around 30% or less, that'll help your credit score grow as well. Also your mix, the different types of credit that you have. So that's 10%. So if you have a car loan, if you have a house loan, if you have credit cards, don't just have a bunch of credit cards, a Macy's card, a Best Buy card. That looks bad to people who are gonna approve you for credit, because it's like, oh, this person is an impulsive spender. They only have credit cards. They don't have any diversification in their credit portfolio, and that looks really bad. And lastly, your credit inquiry. So if you're trying to get your credit correct, don't apply for new credit. Don't go and get because when you get hard pulls on your credit score like that, that negatively affects your credit score.
Right.
And that's 10% as well. So don't go to Mercedes and say, I'm trying to apply for this. Nah, don't do that. That's gonna pull your score down.
Listen, I think y'all got a lot of information here. Good information. So what's that mean? You guys have to throw a like on that video if you haven't. And also, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel.
Of course.
Freedom 365. We're gonna be coming out with a lot more videos, helpful videos for you.
It's free.
See you next time.